gentlemen, boys and girls,
Evening.
children of all ages, welcome to another show, Wabak Murtabak. This week, I hope everybody's ready. We want to talk about guys who went on a holiday while there's a COVID-19 pandemic out there, catching COVID-19 while on holiday, and then coming back and infecting their football clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my co-host, Mr. Junson, and one of my main homies, Mr. Vas. Vas, what's up, brother? What's happening, man?
Hey, good.
Thanks for joining the
Okay.
show, bro. Now, look, recently I've been reading a lot of things, and I just could not believe what I read a few days ago when I woke up and I said, what? 8 Chelsea players caught COVID. 4 of them went to Greece on holiday to an island called Mykonos, came back,
Yeah.
caught COVID. Now they cannot go and practice for preseason. Now, we also know Harry Maguire is there and he got into a fracas, but we'll talk about that later because he doesn't have COVID-19.
Right.
Then we have Manchester United's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who, for all intended purposes, is probably the player of the year for Manchester United.
Yeah.
He was told not to go to Dubai because Dubai is one of the places they said you cannot go and travel to.
Very high. Yeah.
And Wan-Bissaka went there and came back. Another shocking news. I do not think he has COVID yet, but he has to quarantine himself for 14 days because once you go and come back in 14 days, and the season's about to start. But please help me understand this, bro.
Okay.
First, what on earth would possess a football player? Yes, I know you're working hard all the time, thinking about football, eating, sleeping. But why are you traveling and going on holiday, bro? I just don't understand.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Okay. Maybe. Okay. For United, I think they had a longer season. Obviously, they didn't make it to the final anyway of the Europa, but they had a longer season. So, yeah, their choice of where they wanted to go. Obviously, nobody can control that. But having said that, in this condition, they definitely be aware of where, I mean, the club would have advised them of the hotspots, of the areas where to go, because apart from the insurance the clubs takes on all these players, the fact is that they're definitely going to depend on.
So, gents, please continue. Don't mind me.
Yeah. What's up, man? Jay. Sorry, Vas, go ahead.
Yeah. So the fact is, the clubs definitely insure all these top players with big money. I mean, they really spend a lot of money insuring them to ensure that. So I'm sure they advise in that sense as well as to where and what to go and to do whatever it is. As far as COVID's concerned, you don't know as well. You just pass someone and you may get it or not. And I still haven't. I still don't understand it because obviously none of us here have been infected before, so we don't know. But I think, having said that, getting paid so much of money and the season's going to start, I think they should have at least had some sort of discipline in the sense to ensure that they're not exposed as such. But like all sportsmen, they have all this camaraderie. They just like to hug each other. Apart from you look at all the games that has been going on as well in the in recent weeks as well. Although they say elbow and fist bumps and whatever not, but everyone still hugs everyone else and stuff like that. So what more when you're on holiday and you're meeting family and friends and all best buddies or whatever you're going with. You mentioned just now the players who are on holiday in Greece and so on and so forth. So after the influence of say for example alcohol or whatever not and everything else, all things they may not even remember all of that and stuff like that. So I don't know, and the season's going to start. It's got a very short break, so it's up to them. But
Jay, jump in here, Jay. Now,
I think
what would possess a man to go on holiday right now, bro? I mean, like I asked you earlier, you're looking at all these guys who are going on breaks, traveling thousands of miles across the ocean to another country to have a
Hmm.
break when you have an
Lockdown
EPL
everywhere
season that's about to start in maybe in a month's time, and many of them are going to the same place, going to a beachside island, going bar hopping. Like
Yeah.
the 8 Chelsea players were caught bar hopping by one of the managers. Said, yeah, my place is an open air area, but they were caught in pubs, little tiny pubs in enclosed areas with a lot of tourists. Yeah, I mean, tell me your thoughts, man. I mean, what's going on, man?
Hey, look, when you got English professional footballers going into a pub and there's alcohol, what is the worst that could
Straight
happen?
up, bro. It's
Honestly,
another
yeah,
Gascoigne. It's a
it's
PG in the house.
it's almost like a train wreck that is waiting to happen, and you just know exactly. It's like a bad Hollywood movie where you just can see what will happen next. And the thing is, it's not a first time. I'm sure. I don't know if I missed this, but obviously you got the Harry Maguire incident in one
Yeah,
of the
we'll get
earlier
to that.
podcasts. Yeah, we in earlier shows we talked about Kyle Walker and his penchant for for ladies of the night, and
Yeah,
also Callum
Yeah.
Hudson-Odoi. So
yeah.
they'll, especially if they're single guys or even if they're married. But I can't speak for them. But yeah, I just think
So,
that they got needs.
well, what do you think of England even allowing them to actually travel and go, to another country? Like there's a spate of a new case, a spike in COVID-19 cases right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, they got balls of size that I don't have. I can tell you that. I wouldn't travel. I mean,
I wouldn't
you
even dare to
effectively
go to the shop without
exactly.
a mask.
Yeah, they're so rich.
Yeah.
They should send someone else to do it for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
But
straight up, man. No doubt.
yeah, but if
exactly.
but I just want to add something. It boils
Hmm.
down to dollars and cents, right? It boils down to dollars and cents. Now I'm paying you big money. I'm paying you big money, big wages. I'm interested to know how the players' insurance coverage has been amended, for example, for situations like this, because you are on my payroll. I'm paying you big money. Whatever it is, you sell the jerseys or whatever it is, or merchandising, whatever rights or whatever it is, you bring the revenue in. I'm still insuring you, and I'll be interested to know how clubs are dealing with characters like this, who tend to be, I mean, like what's happened now. What happens? Is the insurance covered during, for example, off season, or during? Is it for the entire tenure of the contract? What happens if, wait, for example, I am infected with COVID and it turns bad and I freaking die at the end of it? How is that
Yeah.
going to cover what I bought you for, or what is in your contract? Because I got to honor the contract and the insurance got to pay for it. Where's the premium? What's happening to all of that? I'll be interested to know that. If the clubs take it lightly, for example, I Maguire released a statement today saying, "Oh, the club supported me, in everything." If someone had stabbed him in the fracas, that what happened a few days ago, and is that covered in the insurance? Do Man United suffer the losses, on top of whatever it is? You understand what I'm saying? So
Yep.
is all these antics covered as part of, on top of the COVID exposure? That's an interesting thing to know. Or have they just thought, hey, we'll look at it when we get there? Do you think you have the money? Sorry, there's revenues have stopped. You've got no gate collections. You lost all of that revenue. All you have is merchandising, sponsorship, and what do you call it? What's that?
TV rights.
Merchandising, sponsorship, and
TV rights.
yeah, TV money. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, so you're already, your revenue is down. Yeah, there's a lot of things here that I think I don't know whether people
So why would
understand this.
why would the club even let the players travel?
Mm,
If that's the case, right?
it's a,
Like,
yeah,
why are they even
exactly,
traveling? That's what I can't understand. The whole point of this was
exactly,
like, why
exactly.
are you traveling?
Can you
You, I,
imagine?
I like,
Yeah.
yeah, like Jay. I want to ask, like, we being a professional means living and breathing what you do. So yeah,
Exactly.
sometimes you need a break, right? But you look at Pogba. Pogba stayed in Manchester United. He didn't go
Yep.
anywhere, but he was caught positive with COVID.
That was
So
surprising. That was surprising.
some will be saying that, hey, whether I go travel or not, I can still catch it. What do you think?
Well, obviously, when you're a professional footballer or professional anything, professional athlete, let's just call it that, there are certain standards that you have to adhere by, whether written or unwritten. So when it comes down to clubs saying and allowing their players to go on holiday and whatnot, maybe they'll look at the players and they'll say, look, you're grown adults. If you go overseas, whatever happens is on your terms, all right? If you get into a fight, okay, I'm going to reference Maguire. If you get into a fight, if you get arrested, that's all on you. Okay, the club will support you, but whether it's financially, don't know. Okay, because Maguire will claim, yeah, okay, I was attacked or something like that. He acted in self-defense. That's what I've read. Okay, and I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm pretty neutral here. Yeah, so I will say that it's not just Maguire. Harry Kane went to the Bahamas. He's got to put himself in isolation as well. So I'm trying to just think of all these other players that will have to
Apparently, it's 10 days,
self-isolate.
10 days of isolation, not 14 days, but 10 days
14.
of isolation.
Okay, yeah, all right. So 2 working weeks, if you like, but yeah.
No, sorry, it's 10 days. It's not 14 days like here, but it's 10 days. So
Yeah,
it's
10.
lesser. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I know a few players that, I mean, I've read that a few players have come back, and they have to do isolation. Whether they will definitely be tested anyway, but irrespective, they have to do a 10 days isolation. Yeah.
So do you think do you think the players did it on purpose? Like, you got to come back from isolation after doing this. So I still,
Don't you think they would have known? Don't you think they would have known?
Yeah.
I'm sure they would have known. I'm sure they would have known.
Yeah.
Even recently, the Raheem Sterling was also he actually got a scare as well because he attended Usain Bolt's birthday party and he
Yes, it's a party,
tested
and Bolt was
positive.
in fact but Bolt tested positive. Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
And probably Pogba probably attended a party, even though he never left the country. Maybe he may have not left the country, but he may have came into close contact with someone or a party, and they can't be monitoring these guys 24/7. You know,
Correct.
or you imagine the resources and the money that it's going to cost for you to manage. I know for a fact that Real Madrid used to do this for all their Galacticos. They used to have a PI follow each of the famous players, including Mesut Ozil, I remember. And that was one of the reasons why, after a PI finding, they found that he was not fit for the club, and they had to get rid of him because he parties, he does everything else and all of that, and he decides to turn up when he decides to turn up for a game. So but you imagine the kind of resources you need if you're going to go follow every star player you wanted to take care of, or monitor.
Mesut Ozil was just not fit, full stop. But anyway, yeah, that's another.
But
another
that's something that I'm aware of. Yeah.
So what about Pogba catching COVID? He was in Manchester the whole time.
Yeah. You got no who he met.
Wrong place, wrong time for me.
Yep.
Wrong time. Unlucky.
Knowing that he is also sort of a party animal and a social what I call elite.
Well, he's a Muslim, isn't he? Hey.
No, I thought that'd be like Mohammed Salah sort of territory. Like the guys, like. It's surprising that
we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, he could be purely innocent. We don't know. It could have been by accident. But okay. The other question I would ask is, why is there such a short time to this thing? Why can't the Premier League? What's the rush? Why can't the Premier League push the season back a bit? Why can't they do that? Okay, yeah, you would delay this season, so give them a break they deserve, and push it back. What's your hurry? Are we in a hurry to go somewhere? No, I think yeah. But there are no fans. There are no fans in the stadium. Are there fans in the stadium? I asked that simple question. I think the Premier League can afford to push it back a couple of weeks, and it's not new. It's not something that's a thing. I mean, in any other crisis, they would definitely have to do it. So think of this as like business continuity or some sort of plan to shift. So I think they shouldn't put pressure on people the players to come back so soon.
Now on
Yeah.
Harry Maguire's arrest, you've heard what the police said he did, and you've heard what the people have said. He doesn't come out and say things like, who I am, I'm Manchester United captain, and the Greek police have a history of
No,
being,
I've seen his
not
interview with
exactly
BBC.
straight arrow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
yeah.
post
what do you think
arrest.
is happening there? Yeah. Do you guys think that what do you guys think was happening over there? Who do you think is right actually?
Hmm.
No, I think go on. Go on. You guys go on.
Me.
Yeah, I
Why
have
don't,
to
Anderson,
say,
why don't you say something?
yeah,
You've been quite quiet.
yeah, I kind of agree what Jay was saying. I mean, when you have a couple of drinks and being English, what they are capable of. But again, um, there's two sides of a story that we are trying to listen here. We don't know what's the exact story unless you can get to see a video, a CCTV video or something like that. Then
Yeah.
you'll be the judge. But from
Yeah,
what
I'd
I've
like to see
read,
footage. I
yeah,
really
I
would
mean,
because yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry,
Is
Tristan,
there
if,
any?
yeah.
if you
So
Is there any footage?
from what I heard, they wanted to present a telephone video of the police assaulting them, but apparently the court didn't want to accept that as an evidence. So that,
Evidence. Yeah.
yeah, so there's two sides of a story. If you read the news, it's like Maguire was saying that they were suddenly attacked, and then I think the Greek lawyer came out and said that what. He's just trying to say things like that. They were the whole incident happened actually in front of the police station. There's a lot of stories coming in. We don't know which one is true. So who knows?
Right. Unless there's actual visual evidence, I think it's very hard to say. I did though see his interview with BBC earlier today, where though in fact on all fairness, BBC did actually pose very hard questions to him in regards to this, and I mean you look at his emotions and the way he answered the questions seemed very genuine. For the fact that they clearly knew who he was when they went for him, or when the fracas started and when the police came for him. They knew he was Harry Maguire, the most expensive defender in the world. That was very clear. So he looked very sorry, but the fact is, we'll never know until we actually see uh, clear evidence of what actually transpired. The fact is, the good part is suspended sentence. Still, he wants to clear his name. He still denies. He says he's not going to say sorry to anybody. He says it could have happened to any British. He loves Greece, blah blah blah, and all of that. But
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, this is the British job mentality as well as I can think of. But anyway, well, we'll see what happens, whether he comes back or not. But from a United point of view, anyway, we're not going to be this thing. But yeah, we are crippled already from the start, from the off already. We are already crippled with
Quite
Pogba,
crippled.
this guy, and a lot of issues.
One Bissaka, Pogba, Maguire.
Oh, what
Yeah,
happened to
yeah.
Bissaka? I
He went
gotta
to
admit,
Dubai.
I don't.
Well, he
Heard about
wasn't
one
supposed to go to
Biscado.
Dubai. We went to Dubai and came back.
Oh no, he's got to ice. I mean,
Jeez.
ice himself lah. But okay, United's game is postponed for 1 week, right? So they all should be back. They all should be back. Hopefully.
Maybe it is deliberate like that because if you're because I've noticed that United, the two Manchester teams, they're out in the first week. I don't know the other two. I can't recall from memory, but you've got a few teams that are missing out. But yeah, the players just genuinely
But
wanted
anyway,
to go on holiday. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to Arsenal's game. I've got to tell you, because you got Willian, you got a few players on board. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm excited too, honestly. I mean, I don't want to go on too much about Arsenal, but yeah, they made some key signings. They're addressing the spine that I was always bitching about in previous shows, and yeah, they've done something to it, and in a good way too. So yeah, just address that DM role, whether it's Thomas Partey or whoever they want to sign. I'll be looking forward to it. But yeah, actually, I was going to say with Maguire, Costa Meningo call up as well, because Southgate quickly said it was
loads of credibility, definitely loads of credibility for sure. And he keeps saying it's not going to affect him. Yeah, but anyway, we'll see.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, guys.
I should watch that interview too. Sorry, go on.
I'll check that out too. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming on, man. Since I appreciate the time. Say thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Yep.
I'm sorry to bother you on the eve of a weekend.
No.
There's still time to partake in the party. So
Night
enjoy
is
yourself.
young.
All right, enjoy yourself, so miss. Hey, thank you for coming away. Junsen, bro.
Bye.
Appreciate the
Thanks,
time.
gents.
Vas,
Bye bye.
Guys, sorry. Thank you so
nothing but
much.
love, bro.
Cheers, boss. See you,
Cheers.
Ciao,
Jensen.
y'all.
Bye.
Thanks for hosting. Ciao.
Goodbye.